Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt Garvey and we are here to talk about making comics today. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use an online comic printer to get your comic physically printed so you've got something to sell online for your store or at Comic Cons or to comic shops or wherever. So this is a question that I get asked, how do I do it, quite a lot. And if you've been following the videos over the last couple of weeks, you know, hopefully you've followed all the templates that I've made and stuff, so you are actually ready to get your comic printed. If you're not ready, go back and watch those other videos because I think they'll be very useful to yourself. Now, quick warning, if you've never printed a comic before and you're in the UK, I want you to use this guy. I want you to go to Comic Printing UK and I want you to speak to Rich, because Rich was a guest on the channel about a month or so ago, and printing your first comic, there is no better person to speak to than Rich, because as he said when he was on the channel, every page goes through his little fingers, so he can make sure that when your comic is printed, it's absolutely perfect. Is there any problems, you know, he will, you know, speak to you and they'll work together and go through it. He's worth every penny, I promise you. Now, you might not be in the UK, or you might not just want to use Rich. You might have gone, do you know what, Matt, I've followed all your templates and your tutorials so far with regards to comic printing. I'm ready to, you know, do it by myself, and I want to do it for an online printer. Now, online printers are pretty much of a muchness, but I use one in particular. I use a company called Mixam, who were recommended to me by my buddy called Phil. Been using them for the last couple of years. Found them very, very good. Customer service is good. You know, if they have a problem, they contact me, that kind of thing. They have a UK side and a US side. This video isn't sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just, you know, this is a company that I've used and I can recommend. So what I would say is, you know, there's some links in the description. Now, everyone's opinion and everyone's, you know, use of them is going to be different. But, you know, so far, I've had a good experience with them, so this is what I'm going to show you how to use it on. But there's loads of other online printers out there, and they all kind of work the same. So I'm going to show you how I print a comic, and I'm actually going to do one right now because why not? I need some comics, so let's go and print one. Now, links in the description for both the sites. If you're in the UK, it's just mixam.co.uk. If you're in the US, it's obviously mixam.com. And then you're going to be met by, you know, this homepage. Now, they make it very, very simple to do. So all you need to do is go to all products, and if you go down to the books over here, they actually have a section for comic books already set up. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, so once you've clicked the comic book button, you're going to be met with this page. Now, this page is pretty much identical whether you're using the UK or the US side. So, you know, just all you need to do is scroll down and then you're going to be met with this menu. Now, this can look a little bit intimidating if you've, you know, never used an online printer before. But again, as I said, if you don't know what you're doing, go and talk to Rich. Always go talk to Rich. He's a good guy. Use Rich. But if you're going to do it on your own, I'm going to show you how to use this site. Okay. Now, there's two versions that you can do your comics. You can do a paperback or you can do a hardcover. Now, if you want to do a hardcover, your comic has got to be over a certain, you know, page count. I believe it's like 48, something like that. But, you know, so if you're going to be doing like a graphic novel or, you know, combining like 4 of your comics into one, then you can start looking at, you know, trade paperback sizes, that kind of thing. So if you want me to do a video on something like that, I can do that. But at this moment, I'm just going to show you just a US standard comic that I always print my comics in. And one of the reasons why I like to use the Mixam website is because not only can you build your own deal and choose your own printing quantities, but it also lets you know how much it's going to cost then and there. So you can have a play around and you can structure it how you want. Okay, so as standard, it comes up with 100 copies, and you don't need to have 100 copies. You can do 50, you can do 20, you can do how many you want. But what you need to remember is the more you print in a bigger bulk, the lower your unit price for each comic is going to be. Okay, so just try and bear that in mind, and that's something that we're going to talk about in other videos. But, you know, as standard, what I tend to do is I tend to do around 200. Okay, now the size of the comic is set to US standard 170 by 260. Okay, now if your comic isn't that size because you've not been using my templates, and you might be have done like an A4 or an A5 size comic or a manga comic or a square comic, you know, they have a load of templates in there for you. Just press the drop down menu and, you know, pick the one you want. Just make sure whatever file you're uploading always has that bleed area to be chopped off. But you know what, if you need a custom size as well, you know, you can click the custom size button, put your own, you know, sizes in, and they'll chop it down. Okay, but as you see, is as I've changed that 100 to 200, the actual cost of the comic has gone up. So if I go back to 100 for 1 second, you can see that's gone down to £32, but I want 200, so I'm just going to put that up. Okay, now from there, the next part is colors or grayscale throughout. So this is the interior artwork of your comic. Is your comic going to be color, or is your comic going to be black and white? Now, as we said in the channel before, black and white is much cheaper to print because you're not paying for the cyan, magenta and yellow in the print, you're just paying for the black. Now the comic I'm going to print today is Big F Off Worms, which is actually a black and white comic. So I need to click the grey button, but if it was a colour comic, I would click the colour button. And as you can see, the price goes up, but I'm going to stick with grey. Then orientation is pretty self-explanatory. You know, is your comic, you know, landscape or portrait? My comics are always in portrait, but yours might be, you know, landscape, you know, because you're doing something a little bit fancy, a little bit more artistic, but as standard, you know, portrait works well. Now, when it comes to paper type, this is, you know, it's personal preference. You know, these printers, they usually send out samples if you want to fill, you know, the coats of paper, that kind of thing. But I'll be honest with you, layman's like me, we can't really tell the difference. So what I tend to do is, you know, I tend to stick with silk paper internally and gloss for the cover. So, but you can change it if you want gloss throughout. You know, you can click the options that you want, but I tend to stick with silk internally. Now, paperweight for the internal, you stick around 130, but you can change it and go up higher or lower. And again, the price will change, you know, the thicker you want the paper. But again, I usually stick to around 130, which is, you know, the standard. And this is the next bit. This is the important bit. Now, you need to choose how many sides your comic is. Now, this doesn't include the cover. This is, you know, how many pages you've got actually in your comic. Now, you need to remember, this needs to be a multiple of 4. So, you know, if your comic is, you know, for example, mine are always 24. That works well. So I go to 24. But as you can see, 4, 8, 12, got to make sure it's a multiple of 4, and you can choose whatever you want, okay? Now, binding, you know, you've got 2 different styles. Again, we've spoken about this before. You've got what's called saddle stitching, which is the 2 staples down the spine. But then if your comic is a lot thicker, but again, I believe it's over like 40 pages, you can do perfect bounding when the pages are actually glued in the spine of the book. Again, it costs more, but, you know, it depends on how big your comic is. But as mine's only 24 pages, so, you know, staple's absolutely fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the add cover for 4 additional printed pages. So this is the front cover, the back cover, and the insides of both of those, okay? Now, I usually go from silk to gloss, and the cover is always color. So, you know, it can be black and white, but I want to keep it color because the cover is actually really nice and, you know, got some nice bold colors on. And again, you can choose a finish if you want like a gloss lamination, that kind of thing. I don't tend to have a lamination on my covers purely because it makes them harder to sign and they smudge. So I keep it to none, but I've seen some absolutely lovely gloss lamination ones and that kind of thing. So again, the more extras you add, the more it pushes your price up. So just to cover everything again, I'm going to be printing 200 copies of Big Worms. You know, it's going to be US standard size. It's going to be black and white interior. It's going to be portrait. The paper type internally is going to be silk at 130 GSM. It's 24 pages and it's going to be stapled. And then I've got my 4 additional pages for my cover, and that's going to be 170. Now, I used to use a heavier cardstock for the actual covers of my comics, which looks really, really nice. But the problem is, if you're selling them at a Comic-Con and you've got them on a stand, because the covers were so thick, they were kind of like falling out of the stand. So I've kind of reduced the weight, and I found that 170 actually looks quite nice. So from there, that's my deal complete. So for 200 comics, it's going to cost me £139, and it's given me a delivery date, an estimated delivery date of Wednesday the 25th. Now today is actually Thursday the 19th, as you can probably see from the clock at the bottom there. So that means I'm going to get these comics back in less than a week, which is absolutely fantastic. And once I've ordered this and they arrive, I'll do an opening video so you can see what they actually look like as well. So from here, all you need to do, pretty simple, add to cart. Okay, so once you've added that to your basket, you know, all it does is it brings you to this next page where it actually confirms everything that you've put into the previous page. Again, 200 comics, 24 sides, you know, the paperweights with the cover, you know, the gloss, that kind of thing. And it just confirms the price, which is, you know, £139. But it also gives you the weight of the comics, like how much, you know, 200 comics is going to weigh. And based on that, what it also gives you is it gives you the delivery cost for the courier that they use, which is, I believe, DPD. There we go. So that's going to cost an additional £8.39 to ship all those comics to me at my UK address. Now, so that means my grand total for 200 comics is £147.39. Now, this is the important thing to remember. Now, if I divide that £147 by 200, that works out that each of those comics cost to me is around 74 pence. So anything that I sell them comics over that 74 pence is actually going to be profit. And this is something that we're going to be talking about in other videos when we start talking about, you know, selling, that kind of thing. But I'm going to refer to that. But just, you know, for reference, you know, divide your cost by your quantity, and that will give you your unit price. Okay. Now from here, all we do is click proceed and upload files. Okay, so from here, this is the page where we need to upload our actual comic to be printed. Okay, so hopefully you followed all the template videos that I've done previous weeks. If not, go back and watch them until you get to this stage. Now, again, it looks very daunting, this page, but I promise you it's very, very easy to use. Now, in the top left-hand corner, it's just confirming everything that they've covered on the last 2 pages. And as you can see, it's actually built the comic here, but there's no pages I've uploaded yet. Now, you can upload files directly from your PC. You can upload it from a Dropbox or, that kind of thing. And it tells you, recommended files, PDF, that kind of thing, okay? So there is the blank slate, shall we say, with regards to the comic. Now, as we've said in previous weeks, you can upload the files individually, page by page, and you need to make sure that they're all numbered correctly, as I've said in previous weeks, 01, 02, 03, not 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. Or you can combine the file into one document, as we did in the video week before last, and have one file that you can upload in one go. Me personally, I like to upload the pages individually because if there are any problems, it means that I only need to take down one of the pages that I've uploaded, make the tweaks, then re-upload that page again, rather than having to take the whole print file off, break the PDF down, create a new PDF, and then upload that again. So either way, it's pretty easy to do. All you do is to say, this is my file of my PDFs ready. You've got my pages 1 to 28, shift and control click, and then just click. I'm just going to drag them onto that page. And all that's going to do is that's going to start uploading my artwork to their website. So this is going to take a few minutes. So I'll be back in a minute once it's done and we can have a chat. Okay, so as you can see, these pages are starting to be uploaded now, but they're not in the right order. So we've got one page that's coming up as my front cover currently, and it's not actually the front cover. All that's happening is, so if this happens to you, don't panic. They're all in the right numbered order because I know I've numbered them correctly. But what's happening at the moment is the files are being uploaded in an order, and the smallest files are being uploaded quicker than the biggest files. So at the moment, when the cover is uploaded, it will take the place of the page that's actually there now. So don't worry. So as long as you've put them in the right order and you've gone 01, 02, 03 and so forth, they will all shuffle into the right places. So don't panic if you go, oh no, they're uploading in the wrong sequence. As long as you've done everything right beforehand, they'll all start nudging into place, if that makes sense. So now it's been about 3 or 4 minutes and all my pages have now been uploaded to the Mixam website. And as you can see, they are all in perfect order because I have numbered them correctly. As you can see on the side left there, it goes from 1 to 28, which is great. And what it is flashing there is telling me that there's a warning. So you probably won't have to read this. It's quite a big message. Basically what it's saying is these pages that you've created were created in Photoshop. Now, we recommend that you use a vector program like Adobe Illustrator or InDesign to create those pages. So what it's saying is you need to download a proof of the comic, that you're going to print from their website, just to make sure that the quality is going to be there and you're not losing, you can read any text, that kind of thing. Now, this goes back to the videos that we've done ages ago with regards to resolution. So if you've not seen them, go back and see them. But if your comic is prepared in the, over 300 DPI, you're not going to have a problem because, again, I've used Mixam, loads and loads of times. So, but what it is, it's saying download a proof and just double check. So all you need to do is click this proof button. Now I've already downloaded the proof so I can have a look at the quality, and I know because I've done this at least 300 DPI, this is actually going to be fine. At the moment this is at 70%. I can zoom in and I know I can read all the text, and I know that the artwork looks absolutely fantastic. So again, just make sure anything that you do is 300 DPI and above, but just have a little look through. Read your comic, make sure all the pages are in the right place and that kind of thing. Again, because it's not going to be Mixam's fault if you've put the pages in the wrong order or if there's a mistake, that they've missed, because it's not their job to correct your artwork, it's down to you, okay? So, but what I would also recommend doing is on the main page, as well as downloading the proof from this button, is going to the preview button. And what this is going to do, it's actually going to open up the comic for you as a 3D document. So this is what the preview looks like when it loads. And basically it's like an interactive comic. So you can actually turn the pages of your book. And from here, you can actually make sure that the, all the bleeds and everything and nothing is getting chopped off, that kind of thing. And you could just scroll through your comic and make sure that nothing's getting lost in, where the pages meet, that kind of thing. But again, I know I've set it up correctly, so this is, absolutely fine. But, do me a favor before you click OK and, you confirm everything. Just take 10 minutes, just have a little look. If you can get someone else to have a look at the book as well, just be 100%. But again, because it's not going to be Mixam's fault if there's a problem, because you're doing this yourself. They can advise you if there's problems, but at the end of the day, it's down to you for uploading the pages incorrectly, okay? As well as the proof and the preview, what you can also do is you can click on the pages from within your comic, and what it will do is it will blow it up for you and it will show your pages with the bleed. So I'm just going to do that right now. So as you can see, you might not be able to see it very clearly on the video, but there's actually a green box around my artwork. So it's just making sure I know where the bleeds are, and I know if anything's outside of that green box, I'm going to lose it. Okay, so, and what you can do is you can go through all the pages of your comic one by one. Again, spend 5 minutes, just going through and just make sure everything, is basically set up correctly before you carry on. Okay, so once you've uploaded your artwork and you've double checked it, you've triple checked it, you've quadruple checked it, you've had someone else check it, and you've made sure it's absolutely fine. And again, Mixam or myself are not liable for you messing it up, but after you've checked all that, you can see up here where it says 1, there's a little green tick. That means that's all done, that's all standard. Now I already have an account with Mixam, so I don't need to put all my details in. But the good thing about using Mixam is, now that I've done this job for Worms, if I ever want to print more, I don't need to re-upload all the artwork. It's actually saved on my account, so I can just go, I need that again, and I want to print 100 this time or 500 this time, and I can do it without having to do all the artwork again. But once you've, if you don't have an account, it's pretty much easy to set up. If not, you just click on details and you fill out your details. Now, all this stuff on the right is going to be blurred because obviously that's my personal details. But here on the left, it's just double confirming everything once again. 200 copies, 24 pages, paperweights, that kind of thing. It's going to be printed and, depending on what time I send this over, it's going to be dispatched on Tuesday the 24th. So I should get it on Wednesday the 25th. And then obviously double checking the price, that kind of thing. And obviously all my billing details, which obviously you don't need to see. And so that's all done. And once you've done all that, you just click on the save button. And assuming you haven't missed anything, it will take you to the next tab. And there we go. So it's artwork delivery, and now it's asking me for the payment. Obviously my details are blurred out. I'm going to use PayPal and blur that out as well. Okay, so that is my order done. Those comics will be arriving to me next Wednesday, and I'll do another video once they arrive so you can see the quality of them to make sure that I've done everything right, because every time you get a box from the printer, it's squeaky bum time. I've said that before, but hopefully that's taken the fear away from potentially using an online printer. But as I've said at the beginning, if you do have any fears, you are unsure, you've never done it before, especially if you're in the UK, go and use Rich. Cannot vouch for the man enough. He's probably the most respected comic book printer in the UK. So, Rich is absolutely fantastic. His links will be in the description as well. But as I said, you may not be in the UK, you may be in the States. I've used Mixam. I've got a good service from them. So, I can say that, they're good at what they do. But any questions, let me know. And hopefully you found that interesting. Hopefully that's helped. If you have, give us a like, share, and a subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. And remember, if I can make comics, anyone can. Take care.